Welcome your goddamn face back to another video. The popcorn better be ready today because we're just diving right into a bunch of corners and it's a lengthy video, so yeah, definitely popcorn is really required. But if you are ready to jump into the amazing world of Spider-Man PS4, then drop a like on this video right now. But I'm gonna begin with some super cool things that have been revealed. Now, a dude got to play this game's demo 8 times. Yes, 8 damn times. And he went over to Reddit and shared all of his thoughts and just given us a bunch of new details. So here is a breakdown on what we are in for. So he began by saying, "Fuck, it's awesome. I said this in my original post, but it's not as ultra physics realistic as something like Spider-Man 2, so it's a lot easier to learn and fun even for beginners. Now the closest I can compare it to is like a mix of Web of Shadows mixed with the good parts of the amazing Spider-Man 2's swinging, and also with some of that Insomniac fluidity and snappiness. Now before you ask, if you hold onto the web you start moving backwards, however you drift closer to the wall that the web is attached to, and if you hit it, you start running on it." So instantly from that little paragraph he went and revealed, it just shows that it's gonna be a lot easier and it's gonna feel a lot smoother and you're not really gonna be messing up a lot. And of course the webs are attached to the building, so it's not just attached to something random, so that's always a good thing. Now this next thing I'm about to say is great. So he had a section on Reddit called Other Things in the Game, and he said, "I accidentally did Web Blossom while swinging," and Spidey says, "Well, now I'm just showing off," which I enjoyed. I also got to hang around with citizens in the game, which is really fun. For example, high-fiving them, taking selfies, and all of that is really cool. However, I did like how some of them actually hate Spider-Man, and this next part's super crazy, right? They can go ahead and pull a gun on you, which happened to this guy once. I just gotta stop you guys for a second because Morno, which is one of the most well-known companies for awesome gaming supplies, are giving away one of their most badass gaming mouses for absolutely nothing. It's backlit by LEDs, cycles through 7 different colors, 7 different switches, and also it has high FPS rates and adjustable DPS and a whole bunch freaking more. Now on top of that, they're giving away all new super bass headphones which look absolutely incredible. You can either get it in black or white, it's anti-rap and stretch resistant, and it also does give you that high quality clear voice. And again, limited time only, they're giving it away for absolutely nothing, so check out the link in the description below. What are you waiting for? Now he did continue by saying, "I'm not the biggest fan of the prompt to interact with things because it's this weird target looking thing that turns into a triangle prompt. It's a little too much and I hope they can change it in the full game." Now he does have a lot of opinions in this Reddit post, which is super cool because he's not just biased to the great things in the game. Where there's things that he feels can be improved, he does go ahead and point that out. So having an honest review is always a great thing. Now of course in regards to combat, he did have a little section where he said, "Damn, this shit is spectacular and the amazing and ultimate superior type of combat," right? So he said it may look like Arkham combat, but the only thing that's similar is the squiggly lines. It feels a lot like something out of Devil May Cry, but a little easier. Now I've never played Devil May Cry, so I'm not really 100% sure on the combat, but if you've ever played that game, then hopefully you're probably getting a better, I guess envisionment than I am. Now he did follow by saying, "Air combos in the game are really nice since they actually give you a little bit of space from melee enemies, but you are still vulnerable to guys with guns. You also have to air dodge when you web zip a little. Your spider sense / squiggly lines appear way before you need to actually dodge, so it's not so much a press this button now prompt, but instead it's a look for enemies who are attacking kind of prompt thing," which is good, you know, just not last minute and you're gonna pretty much die on that mission. You have plenty and plenty of time to be around and, well, be around your surroundings, I guess you could say, but aware is the word that I want to use, because that is going to be very, very skillful to some extent, you know. It's going to take that skill, it's going to give you that challenge, and all of these sort of sectors in a game like this is definitely what makes it a ton of fun to play. Now, in regards to random crimes in the game, let's be honest, we've seen a lot of these, okay, in like the trailers and whatnot, and they seem really, really great. What we are actually yet to see is like raw free roam gameplay, I guess you could say, where we just kind of see these general activities. But he did say in the demo there were the following. So we got drug deals and people fight in an alley. It usually turns into a car chase, and it doesn't always if you are good enough though. Okay, so if you can take these guys down and they start running and then maybe you go ahead and chase them, then look, this car chase thing isn't actually even gonna get there. So that's good, because again, it's giving that challenge, it's giving that thing to work towards, and I guess over time your skill will genuinely improve. You might not be great the first time, I definitely more than likely will not be, but things like this is what you want to do so you can get better. He did say there are car chases with a bomb in a truck. Of course, we have seen this before. He did say I always took out the car first, then the truck, and then took care of the bomb, but I think you can do it all in any order you want. So we don't really know that, obviously, because it's not confirmed. So I guess sometimes it, depending on how far you get in this chase, it might be very, you know, I guess time pointed, in the sense of you might get to a certain time whilst you're going through this chase where you might not be able to take out the car first. Maybe that bomb in the truck is, you know, the main priority to begin with. So, well, I guess it's always the main priority, but you see what I mean. So maybe it can affect you and how you do it in different times or seconds or minutes, however long you get into the chase. I think that would be cool anyway, but of course leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. We did hear there's going to be store robberies and shootouts in the street. Now, store robberies, I would like to see that. That's something I'm pretty sure we haven't seen, but maybe going in these interiors and, you know, taking these bad guys down in the shops would be great, stopping them there and then. What would have been really, really cool is if you could just randomly free roam in a shop, right? And then, only then, when you are there, you can maybe witness someone, you know, pulling out a gun on, you know, the shopkeeper and so forth. I think that would have been super, super cool, but like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But my ideal kind of way for that to go would be you free roam as Peter Parker, you see someone robbing the store, you go to the corner, change into Spider-Man and kick his damn ass. That would obviously be, you know, the ideal way on how to deal with a robbery like this. But that and shootouts in the street sound very, very interesting, and obviously if we know people in the game do not like Spider-Man, which is going to be interesting, and the fact that they will pull out a gun on you and potentially shoot at you will definitely, you know, lead to some very, very interesting experiences. Now, there's much more on this article, but I don't really want to say, as, you know, it might spoil the things for you and X, Y, and Z, so feel free to read the article. The link for it is in the description below. I would definitely recommend giving it a read, because it is just an honest review of the game, and you find out a whole bunch of details as well. Some things you didn't know, some things you do know, and like I said, it's full of spoilers to some extent, so if you don't want to have the game spoiled, then maybe be very cautious when you're reading it. But at this stage, I don't really care. I would just say read it. Now, further to add onto my journey through the Reddit post, I actually found a really cool idea. Now, it comes from a guy called Harlem50, and he says, I would really love for Insomniac to have a DLC to increase the map size, like adding Queens or Brooklyn. Do you guys think this can be possible? Now, a lot of people did reply back to this post saying, you know, it would be bad in a way, and then of course you got the other side saying, well, this would actually be kind of cool, as it worked really well, you know, with the Ultimate Spider-Man. But the people that were disagreeing with it were talking about the buildings being too short, and X, Y, and Z, but I think it would be cool. I mean, as a whole though, if you would like small sections to maybe be added to the game later down the line, Do you think that'd be a good thing? Is that something you want? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Now, to sum up the video, we got some hot toys, literally, so that will be releasing soon. They look super badass, as you can probably see on screen, so if you guys want to get your hands on them, then definitely go ahead and check the description below, because it's all about this pre-order for Jiggly Wiggly. But all of the promo for this game and everything in general is looking super cool, and I know they're on a tour in like Europe and for 5 different countries in the next 5 days, I think it was. So those alone sound like we're gonna probably be in for something maybe cooler. There's still so much stuff, to actually be revealed for the game, as I said in the last video. And of course, as I also did say in the last video, how long are we until Spider-Man PS4? There are exactly 43 days, 12 hours, 53 minutes, and 29 seconds as I'm making this video, pretty much. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like maybe 43 days and 11 hours, but hey, we're getting closer to the game. So as always, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. It's going to wrap up this one here. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe for more awesome content, and I will see you in the next one. But till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.